Hi everybody, let's start making 10 gallons of laundry detergent. Fred's gonna put 4 cups of hot water into the grated Fels Naphta soap. I'm gonna turn on the stove and start dissolving it. Once it's dissolved, we'll go to step 2. We'll be back in a moment. Well, it took about 5 minutes to dissolve. It's nicely dissolved. There's no little chunks. We do have the fan on the hood of the microwave because it's quite potent. But now Fred's going to dump this into one of the 5-gallon pails with some water in it so that he could add the borax and the super washing soda. He's putting in the 1/2 cup of borax, and this must be totally dissolved. Don't get worried, people, it's really easy. Anybody could do this. Here's the cup of the super washing soda. And he's going to keep stirring this until it's completely dissolved. Notice we have a towel down on the floor. You want to keep your floors clean in case anything splashes, especially when you get to the essential oils. You don't want that on your floor or anything. So we'll be right back. Well, now it's getting quite thick. It's sounding like it's dissolved. So Fred is now going to add from the other 5-gallon pail some hot water that we previously put in the bucket and bring it up to the top to fill. He's just going to leave a little bit of room so that he could stir it. That looks great. So now he's going to use, oh, there's the timer. We were trying to time it for you so we know how long it took. He's going to stir this completely, combining all the ingredients together. And this is going to be covered and sit overnight, and it'll turn into a gel. You'll see it. Okay, it's covered for the night. Tucked away. Make sure you do it where it's not going to be in your way because it's pretty heavy. See you later. Well, it's the next day. Fred's going to uncover the soap, and as you can see, it has gelled quite thickly. He's going to dip into that. See, it becomes like a, sort of like a pudding. Jello pudding. But he's going to take the a 4-cup measuring cup, and he's going to fill it up to about 3 3/4 full, and he's going to dump it into the bucket that has nothing in it. You could just dump that whole thing in there, and it might be a little easier. The measuring cup, you could just dump right in there, just scoop it up. It'll go a little faster. Yeah, that's good. Perfect. So now he's going to whisk that up. Because of its texture, it's easier to whisk it good and hard and break it up before we add the water to it. See, it sloshes back and forth if you don't give it a good whisk. Now it's breaking up nicely. How is it, hon? Breaking up?
Yep.
It's hard to see through this tablet.
Yeah, I think we might be able to get it through.
Okay, now we have 8 cups of water measured out. That's going to go into there. 4 cups of soap, 4 cups of water equals a gallon. We're doing just under that in measurements so that when we fill up our containers that are gallon size, we don't overfill. Okay.
Yep.
So next what we're going to do is we're going to fill our gallon containers that we saved. You just need a funnel. And I will get in here and hold it for him as he's pouring. Should be the proper measurement that we won't overfill. Hold up, Bubbaloo. This is exactly why I said put a towel underneath. Okay, so that's one that's full.
Yeah, it just foamed up.
Yep, so we could cover that up. And when you go to use this, you just give it a shake each time before you put it into your machine. Now these containers, it's best to look for the 1 gallon size, and you want the HDPE. That's high density, what is it? High density polymer something. I wrote it down. Let me see. It's a high density, high chemical resistant polymer. And it's not known to leach out any cancerous chemicals. You'll see it has the number 2 at the bottom for recycling. The reason why you want to use these is if you're going to use essential oils. Essential oils could melt your plastics, so you have to be very careful. Don't work with essential oils without having a number 2 polymer plastic container. So now we're going to move on to filling more. We did our first batch is going to be unscented, and that'll be for towels, your undergarments, if you wear pajamas, whatever. I don't like scents for that. The other batches we're going to make are going to have essential oils in them. We have different ones ready to go. We're going to put in about 10 drops per gallon. And this year what we're doing is experimenting with, you can start filling up another batch on, experimenting with scents that mosquitoes don't like, so that our clothes are pre-scented when we go outside. Hoping it works. It might not. If it does, I will make another follow-up video that will give you the recipe, because I think everybody could use that. They're miserable, those mosquitoes, black flies, all those creepy crawlers. I doubt anything's going to work with the ticks, but it's all worth a try. So we're just going to continue finishing this up. We should end up with 10 gallons when we're done. And mixing up one batch at a time is much easier than trying to do it all at once. It's truly a pain in the butt to get this stuff mixed. So we'll be back. Well, we're to the halfway mark. These are the unscented ones, which actually have a scent from the Fels Naphta, possibly the borax too. I took a picture and marked it with tape, so I don't have to keep measuring 4 cups, 4 cups. So that tells me there's 8 cups of water in there. So if I have the 8 cups of soap and 8 cups of water, that'll fill me to the gallon mark. I try to go a little shy on the soap so that you're not going to overfill your containers and that you have enough room to shake it up and down before each use. We'll be back when we get to the essential oil part. Okay, so we're done with that batch of unscented. That's 5 gallon. Now we're moving on to the other 5 gallon of scented. So Fred's going to start adding the essential oils. We're just putting a drop of each. I believe we have 9 or 10 of them of our chosen fragrance. They're pure oil. If you are to get this splashed on any plastic, you want to wash it down with vinegar immediately. Also, you could clean it up with another oil, not water. So Fred's just carefully doing this. He has the lids off on each one, and he's just getting 1 drop of each. Looks like he's got a stubborn one there. And he's just going to continue down the line until he has a drop of each fragrant he wants in there. As you can see, all the instruments that we're using, the tools, suspend on top of the soap because it's very dense until you mix it.
Okay, that's it.
So that's it. Now he's just going to mix that up. We're going to start filling up the rest of our containers, and we'll be right back. Well, we're totally finished filling them up. We have 10 gallons. Some of our bottles are smaller than the others, so we used a gallon water bottle on one of them. And we just put tape and marked scented on the ones that are scented. And it comes to, I think, what is it, 29 cents a gallon, hon?
28 cents a gallon.
28 cents. We did the math. We figured it out.
Yep. There's the Fels Naphta bar is $1.99 for that. You're going to need one of those.
Yeah.
And the box of borax is $4. Now there's 65 ounces in the box. You're using a half a cup, so that's going to give you 13 3/4 uses. So that's about 49 cents a use. Mm-hmm. And that's and the washing soda is $4 a box, and it's 55 ounces. You're going to use 1 cup of that, so that'll give you 8 1/8 uses, and that's 29 cents a use. So you're using a grand total of $2.77 for 10 gallons, or about 28 cents a gallon.
Impressive. So not only are you saving money, you're saving time, because it took about a half hour to make. It takes you more time to go out for 1 bottle to town and bring the bottle home after waiting in line to have your soap for the whole year. That's it. We make it once a year, and we don't have to think about it. We go in the basement. When we run out, that's where we go shopping. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and I just got tongue-tied. Oh well. But thanks for joining us at Montgomery's Garden, and make some soap. Save yourself some money. Bye.